Do you want to make writing and learning songs easier? Do you want to understand chords and how chord names work? Do you want to play better sounding solos with less guesswork? Then stick around and understand the major scale. The major scale is the foundation of keys, scales, and chords. We're talking about the Western standard major scale. It determines which notes are inside and outside the key, which notes make a chord altered, and so on. In many countries that speak Latin-based languages, such as Spanish, French, Italian, and others, the notes in the scale and the chords built on each of those notes are often referred to as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, with do being the first note in the scale or the first chord in the key, re being the second. Knowing just the standard major scale is why some singers can choose notes and runs that just work, because when they sing, their brains tell them which notes are outside the key and when they're sharp or flat. It's also why people who play instruments often know how to pick notes that work in their solos, since they know the notes that are in that key or not. In both cases, advanced singers and players often know which notes are part of the chords that they're singing or playing over, and even within the melody or not. You can probably also guess that knowing what's in each key and chord also helps writing songs and harmonies. So remember, these are Western principles and concepts from Europe and then the Americas. There are many music systems around the world, some with fewer notes and some with many more notes. But these Western concepts of scales, keys, and chords can be used to give us a starting point that's familiar to many people's ears. And it makes it that much more interesting when we choose to bend those or go outside them completely. So where do we start? On the piano, that looks like this. It's most often taught that you play the first three notes with first, second, and third finger, then cross your first finger underneath and play the last five. First finger, second, third, fourth, and fifth. But this may change depending on the piano keys used for a particular scale. On the guitar, it's a bit different, since guitar is not a single linear set of notes, but the 6 strings create 6 parallel lines, each starting on a different note, which means we can often play the same pitch in multiple places. This gives us choices on how we choose to play the major scale. I like 2 different structures, since they both let us play the scale with minimal movement up and down the neck while we play each scale. The first one looks like this. The second finger, then the fourth, then the first finger on the next string, the second, the fourth, then on the next string, the first finger again, then the third, then the fourth, then on the next string, the first, the third, the fourth, then on the next string, the second, and then the fourth finger, and on the last string again is the first, and then the second finger. I like the second format as well, since it's the same layout I use for the natural minor scale, another concept we'll talk about as part of another video. If you want to do an internet search for ways to play the major scale on your instrument, or you want to create your own way, once you know the notes in the scale, by all means. The more you're drawn to seek out information, the better you'll learn. So, we have a way to play this scale. Let's get into using the pattern of the major scale to make it more natural for us, like our native language. There's more about how to figure out chords in a key, as well as knowing the key based on the chords, how to use the major scale as a starting point for solos, and other useful info and straightforward, simple lessons here on Know You Can Learn. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button and subscribe for more videos like this one. We want to help you know you can learn.